Nola here in Gulf Shores, Alabama at the Galway Irish Public House. Let's go check it out.
Welcome to Nola. Let the good times roll. In this episode of our Gulf Shores Beach Travel Guide, we're doing an Irish food restaurant review video. We are in Gulf Shores, Alabama, visiting the Galway Irish Public House to sample their Irish food and burgers. The Galway Irish Public House is located in Gulf Shores, Alabama at 2301 East 2nd Street, which is about 3 hours and 194 miles away from the New Orleans French Quarter. Join me for my first visit to the Galway Irish Public House for our restaurant review video to experience what could be the USA's best Irish food and burger candidate. But let's go ahead and head on inside here and check this place out. They do have a placemat with their name on it, like just a few places do. And then they also have some interesting other design features like this telephone booth, and if you open it up inside, there's a familiar face you may or may not know. And then as we go back further from the bar and look around, you certainly get a nice little area of tables and chairs that surround the bar area. And then plenty of text above the windows here. So make sure you check out all of the different sayings and quotes that are found all throughout this restaurant. But you need to remember to look up above the windows and doors to see everything they have in here. Now let's get back into the bar area and find a comfortable place to sit and check out the beverage selection here on tap, which looks good. But let's go ahead and check out this menu now. So we have appetizers with pub pretzel, corned beef boxties, Lucky Sprouts, Scotch egg, Galway wings, loaded skins, Irish brown bread, pub classics, chicken Killarney, Reuben, St. Patty melt, Galway burger, signature sides, Galway Colcannon, Guinness mac and cheese, public inside salad, hand-cut creamy slaw, chips, and Lucky Sprouts. Then we have specialty cocktails with smoked Galway old-fashioned, Irish 75, Anzire Mule, 3 dots and a dash, El Guapo, so famous he's infamous, Punchy Little Bastard, Fissy Pudding, and the Crichton Leprechaun Frozen Irish Coffee, and Irish Coffee, with this text being a bit hard to read. Next we have entrees, lamb shank, ribeye, filet, bangers and mash, traditional fare, shepherd's pie, chicken pot pie, fish and chips, chicken and chips, Guinness mac and cheese, soup and salad, publican Caesar, leek and potato soup. Sauce is available upon request, Galway steak and chop sauce, Southern Chili Lab original fermented hot sauce. On the other side we have a selection of wine, drought beer, bottles and cans, and then we also have a selection of Galway specialty shots and crafted Guinness mixes. And then we've also got our official Galway mug that you can buy with your name on it, Coca-Cola products, iced tea, Irish breakfast tea, and coffee. So I decided to get the lamb shank, as I'm always a big fan of lamb shank, and I used to eat it weekly in New Orleans. I've got to say, this lamb shank does not look like other lamb shanks I've had before. Alright, first bite, it is way tough. All the other lamb shanks I've had have been very tender, very easy to eat. This is the most tough and chewy lamb shank I've ever had anywhere. I've had lamb shanks in quite a number of places. So right off the bat, I would say this lamb shank is really undercooked. It needs a lot longer to tenderize it and make it a lot more yummy delicious, and make it way more easy to eat. So the overall flavor and texture is not so good. Right now we do have this buttered Irish bread here that is a good version of a nice bread here. I do like a nice dark bread like that. So the bread went down nice and easy. So far, the cold cannon and the bread were the best parts of this meal. The lamb shank, I would not get again unless they did some drastic change to the way they're cooking it. So, ooh, here we go with a little more of this a little bit here, and now just like I've totally destroyed all of this food, go ahead and destroy that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, comment below, let me know what you thought about this lamb shank, and while you're down there, make sure to check out the link to my Patreon account, as I do work for tips, and I appreciate any help with that. So the bill arrived, and the total before tip was $32.03, which is also the most expensive lamb shank I've ever had anywhere. So I made a return visit to try the burger. Right off the bat, I would say the burger meat patty's a little on the thinner side. I'm used to the New Orleans burgers. They tend to be a lot thicker than this, and my favorite iteration of a burger. So, we'll see. It looks like a pretty well-constructed burger. I'm not the biggest fan of the thinner patty, but it does seem to have some juiciness dripping out of it. And it's an alright burger. It's just not quite cooked the way I would prefer. They didn't ask me how I wanted it cooked like they tend to do in New Orleans. You get it how you get it in most of lower Alabama, or all of Alabama in my experience. So I would, prefer a little more of a medium. This is certainly more of a well-done burger, but it still does have some nice beefy deliciousness. And the structural integrity is holding up very, very nicely. So nothing's really falling out. Everything is staying in very nicely with the burger. The bun is nice and fresh. It's not crumbling or falling apart. So for structural cohesion, structural integrity, everything is good to go. Each and every bite has a nice combination of all the different toppings and the beef patty. And so this is a very easy burger to eat. Everything's staying together quite nicely, and it's all going down very easily, effortlessly, and with a certain element of yumminess overall, I would say. So I definitely have had far worse burgers. I definitely have had better burgers, but this is an overall good burger. So we've got it down to the last little bite here, and here we go. And next it's getting to these French fries, or they're almost like a British style chip, but not quite. They're sort of very thin French fries that resemble a potato chip in a few ways, but it's more of a French fry. Now if I actually had some mustard on the table, I would certainly be applying a lot more mustard to these chips. Hopefully a spicy mustard like a Creole mustard, or maybe one of the German style spicy mustards, or a horseradish mustard, or any number of other good yummy mustard with a little bit of kick to it. So these little French fry chips are going down very elegantly and easily so far. They're quite easy to eat and have a nice little flavor, and it's good to have something a little bit different from the traditional style fry. So it's a nice little interesting unique thing all the way down to the very last little piece of French fry here. So now, just like I totally destroy this burger and fries, go ahead and destroy that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, comment below, let me know what you thought about this burger and fries, and while you're down there, make sure to check out the link to my Patreon account, as I do work for tips and I appreciate any help with that. So the bill arrived, and the total with tip was $26.33. So many of my friends, contacts, acquaintances in the Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, and Foley area do tell me they find this place to be, on average, overpriced for both the food and drinks, which I would certainly say it is definitely more expensive than a lot of other places for what you get. So thanks so much to everybody at Galway Public House for a decently good burger experience. The lamb shank needs a lot of work, I would say. And thanks so much to all of you out there for tuning into the NOLA Gent channel, especially to my Patreons. Now, if you would so kindly, go ahead and share this video with any of your friends or contacts that would enjoy it, as it really would help me with that YouTube algorithm. And then just take a moment to look in the little description box underneath this video, where you will see links to various cookbooks. If you click on one of those links, it takes you to Amazon. Even if you don't buy a cookbook, but you get something else you're going to buy anyway, from any of those products, I still get a little tiny commission, and that really does help this channel. And then tune in next time for more good food, good times, and good people.
NOLA Gent here, and thanks so much for watching. And just go ahead and destroy this video right here to keep up with the fun.